Well, g'day, and welcome to Drive Time for today. Might be a little controversial today, I'm not sure, but a few things I want to cover off on because I'm seeing a lot of businesses out there blaming COVID for their lack of success. And the reality is, I'll be blunt, they had shitty businesses to begin with. They didn't have a good business to begin with. Now they're blaming COVID for the fact that their business isn't any good. I'm watching these restaurateurs who are out there saying, oh, you know, unless the government saves us, we're going to fail. And then I go into other restaurants that are jammed packed here in Vegas. And I sit back and I look at it and I go, you know, what is it that you're doing? Well, before COVID, you never communicated with your customers. And I'm thinking of one in particular. Before COVID, you kept cutting back your portion sizes. You never got our names and addresses. You never communicated back to us. You never texted us, emailed us, never built a customer database, never did all of the great things that great businesses do. And you wonder why you're failing. It's not COVID's fault that you're failing as a business. It's your fault. You haven't adjusted. You haven't adapted. You haven't changed. You haven't done what you needed to do in order to get your business successful. And if you're not willing to change because the market has shifted, listen, COVID has produced the most massive opportunity level that we have seen in a long time. COVID has produced, and yes, I understand it's a human crisis. And I know people get upset with me because I'm quite matter of fact about this, but the reality is I'm a business expert, not a disease expert. So focus on the business side of it. What can we do to take advantage of the situation that coronavirus has brought? You know, I see places that are still in lockdown and they're sitting there whining and moaning and groaning saying, oh, it's so bad, we're still in lockdown. Okay, well, what are the advantages of lockdown? What can you do? What can you sell now because of lockdown that you couldn't sell before? What is it that you can be doing now that just didn't work before? Too many businesses right now that were crappy businesses to begin with are just saying, well, it's COVID's fault that I'm not succeeding. Listen, if you're not learning more, earning more, and making more during COVID, it's because you haven't shifted. The market is virtualized at least 7 years advance, okay? We've gone 7 years leapfrog to the future with this whole thing. Oh, thanks for typing in where you're at, gang. Really appreciate that. Want to see that we've got to all continents around the planet. Good to see we're here in the U.S. Where am I in Europe? Who's got me in Europe? Who's got me in Africa at this point? So let's think about this. If the world is virtualized so much more, you've got to virtualize so much more. You've got to shift with the market. You've got to adapt. You've got to change. Staying the same as you were, waiting for it to go back to the old way is not going to happen. You know that. I know that. So let's adapt. Let's adjust. I think there's probably some people you need to tag that need to be watching this video right now. There's some people that need to be watching this video right now that just need a wake-up call to say, hey, it's not COVID's fault that you're not succeeding. It's the fact that you never did the right thing to begin with. You weren't learning, you weren't growing, you weren't doing better marketing. Your marketing has had to shift. Go and watch my YouTube. I did a full 1 hour on how marketing had to shift in this thing. Your sales has to shift. Everything has to shift with COVID. If you're not changing the way you're doing things and you haven't changed the way you're doing things in the last few months, then don't expect to be doing better. But in this last 6 months, we've had massive opportunity piled on massive opportunity. Now, there's so much craziness going on. Here in the States, we got wildfires, we got floods, we got hurricanes. Oh my goodness, the world it is gone crazy. That is the truth. But your business needs to shift. If you're not shifting your business, if you haven't changed it, do not blame COVID for your business failing. Do not blame COVID for your business not booming and thriving right now. Blame yourself. Blame yourself for what you haven't been doing and sit back and say, you know what? I haven't been shifting. I haven't been changing. Therefore, my market is not moving with me. Listen, that's just my little rant of the day. Seen too many businesses where they're literally trying to blame COVID for everything when you could be using COVID as an advantage. It's the same as everything. Everything in life is a two-sided coin, a double-edged sword, whatever you want to call it. Everything is an opportunity for you to be able to take advantage of. So flip it around, take advantage of it, and let's make some success. Take care. Bye for now. Talk again soon.